Hey Callie, follow us as we go mushroom hunting. Let's have a look, shall we? So we've come back to a load of our old haunts down south anyway, and we thought we'd come mushroom hunting and show you some bits and bobs of all the stuff we used to forage. Tara's looking really... She remembers where all the mushrooms are, don't you, babe?
Aye, and this one.
And it is here.
Oh, I was looking forward to being able to get some of this. It looks a little bit like coral at the moment, but when it's fresh, it's what you call cauliflower mushroom, and it's a really nice edible. I mean, you can cook it a bit like pasta as well, you know, that's the beauty of it. But when it gets to this stage, look, you can just see it crumbles. It's not really good for anything other than the bugs. But it's a really nice mushroom. Goes very well with steak. If you're doing braised steak, chuck that in with the braising. It worked really lovely with that, didn't it?
It did. It was bloody lovely.
And again, like use it like a pasta as well. I do it with like a cheese, ham, sauce. Yeah. Awesome. Okay.
So although we're working, we have some free time, and it's a bit sad because obviously we would have been here before. So before the rain came, we would have snapped all that up and started processing it for ourselves. But this year, nope.
Not today, Jose.
No. We're just at a loss, aren't we?
Well, we'll still keep looking, you know.
Yeah.
Let's hope yet.
Yeah. Fingers crossed, eh? This is a private track. You can see it's used a lot, but it never used to be when we were here. Never used to be used at all. So what do we have?
Well, these are one of the best forageables, really, in that they taste fantastic. They're very full-bodied in flesh-wise, and they're unmistakable. The hedgehog mushroom. These are unmistakable. See these little spines, how they rub off? That's how you know it's a hedgehog mushroom. And I think you get two types of hedgehog mushroom. I think you get the one like this, and I think you get one that's slightly paler or slightly oranger. No matter which one you get, they're both edible. Basically, if you've got these spines on them, it's edible. Look how much flesh you get on them. You know, it's just all flesh.
Yeah, the whole lot, isn't it?
Yeah, they're awesome, and they just grow everywhere.
The thing is, when you're walking across the woodland as well, sometimes if you're just walking past, that's all you're going to get, aren't you? Is you just think it's leaves.
Yeah, if you're not paying attention, and mind you, that's across the board with most mushrooms, isn't it? They hide themselves by looking like leaf matter.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say about the hedgehog mushroom is if you are going to dry it, I've learned that you don't need much of it once it's dried. For flavouring. Yeah.
It was too much flavour, wasn't it, when we dried them out?
Yeah, the first time I'd done them dried, and I overused. I didn't realise how strong it was going to be in flavour. So, but that's good because then when you dry them, you only need a little pinch, and you got a really nice mushroomy flavour to whatever meal you've got.
So, my sense of smell is absolutely crap, but you got to do like a sniff test as well to see what they smell like. So Tara's gonna
smell like mushroom. Yeah, it's gonna be nice eating this.
You got any other sorts of smells to them?
They just smell like a very nice fresh mushroom to me.
Smell
but then I've never been one on the big site. Some people say, oh, you can smell all sorts of different. I've never really. The only one I've really got that with is the yellow stainer, which does have a smell like a man's urinal. It's the best way to describe that. So yeah, but that's the only one really that I could say that I've ever had to just. Oh no, the oatmeal one.
Oatmeal, yeah. Can't remember what that is, but I'm sure we'll come across it.
We'll find it and we'll give you the details on it. Anyway, we're going to collect some of these because that'll be for dinner tonight. I won't get all of them because we
take what we need, not what we want, right?
Yeah.
And we can keep coming back for them and they stay fresh.
Right, that'll do for our hoard for tonight then.
Wicked.
And hopefully we can find some different types of mushrooms to add to it.
Yeah. Just come across all this comfrey, haven't we, babe?
Comfrey, love comfrey. It's a very nice green, isn't it?
Yeah. So it used to be called knitbone, and this stuff, there's there's different ways of identifying it. I'll leave a link in the description, but don't pick stuff that you don't know what it is, because you can confuse this for foxgloves, even in primrose when they're small florets to start with. But when I broke my hip, the reason it's called knit bone is back in the day they used to use it for knitting bones back together. You'd consume it and they'd make salves and put them on your skin, bits and bobs like that. And so when I came out of hospital, Tara kept on cooking me this up every day, didn't you?
As much as possible.
Yeah.
We even made you a lotion to put on your leg, didn't we?
Yeah, I ended up calling it hip jip.
But that was made with this.
Yeah. I called it hip jip because my hip was giving me jip. But yeah, I was collecting more of it. We don't really need it, but why are we paying £2 in a shop for salad and greens?
Yeah, well, it's just an added vegetable that we don't have to pay for.
Yep.
And if you think about the GM'd vegetables that we get in the shops nowadays, I can't help wondering that the more you GM stuff and make it bigger and to make it look a certain way, surely you're not able to retain those nutrients in that food product at that point.
Exactly.
So I just think that if you can add some of these wild things into your diet, I mean, you can't get any more nutritional than this sort of stuff, you know?
No, not at all.
Awesome. Well, we got enough for tonight and maybe tomorrow.
Lovely old derelict farms and stuff around here. Seems to be a lot of sky noise, doesn't there, babe?
Yep, the Sky speakers.
Sky speakers. I'll do a video on that one day, maybe my Moan and Monday sky speakers.
We got a lot of strange talk that we've developed over the years.
Yeah. Tara is hiding out over there. I'll show you why. We are surrounded by them. So the reason Tara's scared, especially at this time of year, is because the horses have got young with them. And I know you might not be able to point them out, but there's like one there. There's a couple over behind the trees over there. And typically what they'll do is they'll protect their young at all costs. So Tara always has a wide berth on them. She's not particularly a horsey person anyway, but she has grown a huge appreciation and confidence over the years. But just sometimes they can be so unpredictable, can't they? Yeah. And yeah, it's best to stay safe. Me, well, if I make a silly mistake, I make a silly mistake, that's on me. I'm not going to blame anyone for it. But yeah, they're all looking now. Yeah, you see that black one there? He's getting a bit funny with me. But yeah, Tara's just said they look quite calm, so should be all right. It's one of our old picking grounds and that, and Tara, I think, has found one of her favourites.
This is a chicken of the woods. However, normally it's more sulphurous yellow than this, and usually it grows a bit higher up in the tree. This is a little bit older than I would like, but see what I mean by the sulphurous yellow on the underside? The younger it is, the brighter that is, and I would say probably the more intimidating it looks. However, despite its intimidating colour, it's actually really good eating, and the vegans and the vegetarians out there should know of this. It's a good meat substitute because it's got the same texture as chicken. People like to say it's got the same flavour as chicken. That's disputable for me. Personally, I think if you want it to taste like chicken, add chicken stock. But if you're a vegan or a vegetarian, that's probably not going to work for you. But we are going to see if we can find some of these younger pieces in here to take. For example, that bit's not too bad. That's a nice little bit there. It's a baby puffball.
Hey.
I thought it was a little field mushroom.
Yeah.
But it's a tiny baby puffball. I kid you not, look, there's no stem. It was already detached.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was already detached, because if it wasn't detached, I'd have left that and come back tomorrow and the next day and the next day to see how big it got.
Yeah, they can get the size of footballs, can't they?
They can get quite big, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they can get bigger than footballs, I think, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you imagine a watermelon size, that's probably about the size you're talking of. But they're great because they're all flesh.
Yeah, all of it, isn't
All
it?
flesh. So when you get a really big one, you're right quids in. They just remind me of little marshmallows.
Yeah, like, they're a bit like we've
You can
had
eat them raw.
Yeah, like halloumi when you fry them off and stuff like that.
They taste actually quite a lot like the butter mushroom. Got
Yeah.
very much a butter mushroom taste to them. Well, we found one anyway. I put one in. Well, we've got half of one now.
Tara's run off. trying to get rose hips and stuff, I think. I don't know. You got babe?
Rose hip.
Oh, you have gone for the rose hips.
Yeah.
Cool, I thought so.
These are really lovely, and they've got such a punch of vitamin C. Do you know what I think? It's nature's way of preparing you for the winter. Because these things apparently have more vitamin C in them than oranges or any other. But you've got to get these bits out. See these fuzzy bits? These you can use as itching powder. If you want to wind your mates up,
Yep.
this stuff in here.
I used to use them a lot for the cadet sleeping bags.
I can imagine the cadets having some fun with that, yeah. But see, you scrape it out, get it all nice and clean. It's lovely. But those will catch in your throat otherwise, and it's really irritating.
I think you can blanch them though, can't you? If you have got the
they're
hairs
good.
in them.
Oh, they're really good.
You still munching on those?
I am, sorry. Yeah, they're really nice, they're very flavoursome. Sky speakers.
Sky speakers, yeah, but that one isn't a Sky speaker. As you might have already guessed, we didn't get much today, but it was good to get out though, wasn't it?
Oh, it was nice to see some wildlife and get out in the sunshine after having so many hours in the loft.
Yeah, but work's going good and we are in between lots of different things, so.
Yeah,
should
it was
be
a good day out. I'm blooming knackered now though. It's been a long day.
Time for bed, and you can probably see in my sunglasses. Home. Happy hopping, Callie.
Happy hopping, Callie.